After going insane and starting to see eldritch horrors around my screen at all times, and fighting off an entire blood moon of terrifying creatures, I think it's finally time that I can start getting into my dark rituals. Because today I want to take the souls of the undead and forge them into a new type of metal that is just as good, if not better, than diamond. This is episode 3 of Nevermore. Blight mold, here. Ta-da! This blight mold is the key to everything that we want to do today. So, we're gonna need a few more, but let's start experimenting with this first one. Let's put the corpse plant right here. So, any tall flower, we throw it on. Place that down and then right-click the flower. Oh, okay. And now we have corpse bloom seeds. Let me place that here. There it is. And then I can right click it with rotten flesh to grow it. It needs a lot. And just a quick tip here, if you want to quickly turn off the shaders, you can go to video settings and change it from fabulous to fancy, and you can turn them back on by clicking on fancy again, or there's a trigger command where you can customize it. I'm turning it off because I've been insane for so long, and it's a lot that's going on the screen. Okay, yeah, let's see if this is enough. It requires so much. So many. Another 12 bones? There we go, finally. So this flower will attack nearby undead mobs. If we look at the book here. Yeah, if you see the second page there, it looks like zombies and skeletons will be attacked by it, and then eventually it gives us another item, and then it'll wilt, I guess. So, looking forward to that. This will be our home base protector during the night, because I'm not really sleeping that often. Okay, Spectre right here. I think they're technically zombies. So if I come over here, oh, yes, it's attacking it. Yes. All right. This is awesome. So this base is pretty much skeleton and zombie proof as well as specters. That's very, very useful. So that's step 1. Step 2 is we need to find a spawner and do the exact same thing for it. So I'm going to go caving for resources and also keep an eye out for a dungeon of some sort. Oh, what? What? What the heck? That scared me so much. That is so cool. With the eyes blinking. Wow. I can't even right now. I'm just trying to mine. And look what we found. Right next to, ow, oh gosh. Okay, right next to a pile of diamonds, I found a zombie spawner. This is huge. And a geode, apparently. Oh, well, the zombie spawner is going to be very useful because we need corpse plants to do a bunch of stuff for us in order to progress in Manic. And it just so happens that, you know, we have a spawner fairly close to the base. It's not right under us, but it's still pretty close. Let's start digging it out, I guess. After digging around and testing some building ideas, I decided to create a copy of the world and make a creative test build. This is what my ideal base is going to be. So we don't quite have those resources yet, which is totally fine. There's adventures to be had to get those resources, but I at least want to get the foundations going for this build here. So I need to tear out what I've currently constructed and move it down to this chest layer here. This is where the floor is going to be. So I did move it 2 blocks down, and I want to at least get some of the foundation work done for this. So set up at least at the outside walls. I'll replace some things. But if you see in the build, the main lighting source means we're actually going to have to go to the end. So I want to progress a little bit in Minecraft in general to do that. But this build is not cheap with all the quartz that needs to be had for it. I can use calcite as a base in the meantime, but I do want that smooth quartz feel for the lab, and I think it'll be really cool. The next thing is all of the corpse flower variants, all that we're going to need for this, because I do want this to be a high-tech area. My main inspiration for the build and the style we're going for is Alien, the Alien movies, the horror movies, the classics, you know? And I want to go with those movies in particular because they do have this corrupt corporation going on that is really just trying to use them as weapons and stuff. And I feel like in true like a Manic fashion, if we were to create some form of like industrial farm or automation, that's the only style I can picture it in, you know? I can only picture it in this like lab that is completely and utterly spotless until you get to what they're actually researching or using for power and stuff, and then it becomes this whole darker thing. So that's what I want the vibe to be for this base. All right, the research facility is as complete as I'm comfortable with. The walls are up. We've got a place to do our manic research because that's what we're doing here. So I think it's time to get this rolling. Now, there are 3 different types of blight that we want. We want corpse gourd seeds. The next thing that we want here, the corpse pitcher here. And this was supposed to be placed here. You can see it's very creepy looking. And I'll show you what that does in a second, but I really want to set up the rest of the system here because corpse sap is basically like power. You can use different blight plants like the corpse gourd in order to transfer the sap from the flower over and up and whatnot. Think of this as like sending power from one place to another. These are going to be our wires. So I'm going to place this one down here, the corpse gourd. And as you can see, the flower already wilted and this gourd filled up with sap here. You can tell because it's a little bit bigger. It's got the little things there. So the next thing is lining this up so that we are directly underneath the corpse pitcher. And we want the next thing, this will send it upward to be right here. All right, now we use our last blight mold here on a cactus to create a corpse thorn, and that will send it upward. There we go. Okay, so we actually got 2 corpse thorns, which is fantastic. So if I place this here, you can see it looks like a cactus and whatnot. If we bone meal it, it will send the sap downward. We just want it to go up, so I don't need to bone meal it. I can cover this back up with blocks, and it won't be an issue, luckily. And I kind of want to make sure that zombies don't get into this area here. So I'm gonna make a little decoration here with some like basically like some blood. So I'll do this and then add one of these so it looks like there's like blood coming up the wall there. We take out the lights here and let the spawner go. We'll start seeing this work. I'm going to remove this torch. There we go. Now the zombies are going to start spawning, and I'll wait for the first event where the corpse stuff happens. Oh, there it went. So now that we heard that noise and we saw it leave, if we dig through here, take a look, you can see that this cactus now corpse cactus or whatever it's called is now very green. And so the next time, since both of these are filled, the next time we get sap, it's going to go straight up and into the pitcher, which is exactly what we want. The issue then becomes what happens if the pitcher is full and there's sap that gets shot up. That's where I want to take a few more precautions. So right now it'll go straight up and disappear. It'll just hit the ceiling and vanish. But if we have another one of these corpse thorns up there, bone mealed, it'll send the sap back down. And then that means that the one down there will be full and it send it back up. So we can essentially keep sap in stasis that way. So if I just place the soul sand here, this thorn, and there we go. So now it's got the little flowers at the top. If you can see that, yeah, which means it's going to be sending it downward. So we'll keep the extra sap in stasis going up and down until we come over and collect it out of the pitcher with a bottle or something else. It just happened. All right, it filled this guy up. I'm gonna leave it here so we can see the sap in stasis, but this is used for crafting, and I need one more material from the nether to craft what I want to craft this episode. So let's do that really quick. And I'm hoping I can survive because I'm pretty sure these things are very tough. So I'm gonna bring a bow and whatnot, bring my shoes. Hey, there they are. Shields up. Those are the creatures we're looking for. They hit hard. Oh, there's 3 of them. Oh my gosh. I'll bait them around a little bit. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna have to put on my diamond set. I didn't want to do this. I wanted to only use the Manic armor, but those things are so tough. They like insta-killed me. 3 hits and I was dead. Maybe it was 4, I don't know, but still, that's a lot of damage. Not a safe place, not a safe place. Okay, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. What the heck? There they are. Got one. Got 2. That's it. That's what we need. The reticulum. Okay. We need to store that. All right, this is the last one we need, and then we can head back to the base. Here we go. All right, there we go. There's the sap. Yes, look at that. Okay, so now we have some corpse sap going up and down in stasis. This is where the reticulum and some iron tools come in. So I'm gonna, for what I want. So 1, 2. And now I right-click this. Oh! Soul Forged Enerium Sword. And that's just as good as Diamond. Cool. And according to the book here, this does not take durability damage. It instead drains your sanity. Now, I'm currently at 0 sanity, so that means other things will happen, but for right now we don't need to worry about that. Cool. Okay, and as you can see, the sap that was bouncing up and down immediately went in here, so we can go for another one. I'm gonna go for the chest plate. Actually, let's go for the pickaxe. There we go, and now we've got a pickaxe with 5 and 5. Okay, so it's basically a diamond pickaxe. That's good to know. So we can use these instead of diamond tools as long as we have enough. And as far as I know, I can put the sap in here. Yes. Okay, perfect. I think this... Okay, this is very, very exciting, but this has taken me so long to get set up, as you could probably imagine. But we have an amazing infrastructure for more Manic research and whatnot in this soon-to-be filled-up research lab for Manic things. But I think this build is going to be really cool, so I hope you enjoyed. And if you haven't seen the last video with the blood moon, you totally should. It was so epic. So check that out if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next episode.